Hello everyone. In this video I wanted to talk about updating your Mac. The first part of the video we're just going to talk about what bad updates look like and how you can kind of tell if an update is good or bad, and just ways you can avoid installing an update that is actually bad for your computer. So I have some screenshots here that kind of show what bad websites will look like when they're trying to install an update that isn't legitimate here. So if you're ever browsing the web and you get something that is trying to install other software, like here this is trying to install Norton along with Adobe Flash, typically you want to avoid that. You have a scary message here in the background. It's trying to pressure you into updating. Another example we have is right here. And if you look here, one of the things to note is the link up here in the page isn't from Macromedia. Anytime you do a Flash update, it's going to come from a company called Macromedia who makes Flash, and you would see macromedia.com in the URL up here. You see some crazy long URL, and that's one very important thing to look at is always look at the URL that pops up. It should be from the company that makes the plugin. So for Flash, it would be Macromedia. QuickTime, it would be Apple. Java, it's going to be Oracle. Any of those plugins, you always want to make sure that they're coming from the company, or the website is from the company and not some other third party. You always want to get your updates directly from the source. And let's see, I got some more here. We'll just look at a couple more pictures here. Again, you could kind of see the URL a little bit up here. It's free update, free 24/7 update. It's not Macromedia. It wouldn't be that complicated. It would just be macromedia.com/whatever. That should key you up right away, not to download an update from there. You should just close the window and get out of there. So just really the biggest thing is pay attention to the URL. Look for scare tactics. A legitimate update isn't going to try to scare you into doing it. It's just going to tell you to update it, and it's going to be from the company. So always, if you ever get a pop-up telling you that you're out of date, just check those couple of things. Make sure it's from the right company. Make sure it's not anything trying to scare you or pressure you into updating. Now, the way you want to get updates is not through a website. You typically you always want to go through one of two ways. If you're doing a system update, you're going to want to go up here to the Apple menu, go to About This Mac, and that's going to bring up a window that tells you about your computer. One of the buttons here is called Software Update. You're going to click that, and then this is going to be the tool that's run through your operating system to look for updates for your computer. These are going to be updates to your OS, some application updates, and that's how you'll get them, is through here. This is the right way to do it. This is the way you should be getting software updates for your computer. And I don't have any updates right now, so I'm good. So I can close out of here. The second type of update, or the second way you're going to want to do updates, is through the Apple System Preferences menu, and that's going to have you update your plugins. So Java, Flash, you'd want to update those through your System Preferences menu, and you get there by going to the Apple menu, going to System Preferences, and then you'll see at the bottom here you'll have whatever plugins you have will be here. So I have Flash and Java. If I want to update Flash, I would click on that, and then up here you'll have an option that says Updates. You'll click Check Now, and I'm up to date, so there's nothing to do here. So now, if there was an update, we can click this here. It'll bring you up to a web page, but the important thing to note here is that it's just it's kind of plain. It just says Update Now. There's no scare tactics here. It's just it says there's an update available, and look at the URL here. This is Adobe Flash, and it's adobe.com. That's the very important thing here. It's coming directly from the company who makes the update. So you're good. So you can go ahead and hit Update here, and then your Flash would be updated. Now for Java, it's very similar. You would just click the Java icon here, and it'll have another window pop up here. You'll have some more options. You'll want to click Update. And I'm up to date here too, and it would pretty much be the same thing. If you did have an update, there'll be a button within this window that you can click to update, and it'll download that update from Oracle.com is who does Java now. So those are the two ways you should do your system updates and your plugin updates. You're never going to want to do that from a web page. If you're just randomly like on a website and you have a pop-up that says, update flash, you're out of date, don't do it. Close the window, go to your Apple menu here, and then go to System Preferences and see if you have an update available through this method here. You don't ever want to do it through a web page. That's a very, very common way for someone to get a virus on their computer or some sort of malware. So that's kind of what you want to do. Just check the URL to make sure you're not getting bad updates. Look for scare tactics. And then be aware that there's two kind of updates. There's updates to your Mac OS, there's updates to your applications on your computer, and you're going to run that through the Apple menu, and then go to About This Mac, and then again, software update, and just follow the prompts. And then you have your plugin updates, Apple menu, System Preferences, and then you'll have your various plugins you can update here. So those are the two ways that you should properly update your Mac, and that'll help you avoid getting viruses. If you have any questions, let the tech department know. Thank you.